Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of me or whatever. I'm going to be answering questions as promised, and if you want to get some questions answered that aren't in this video, you can email them to questions@classicaltrombone.com or post them on Facebook or just ask them and hope that I hear. Anyway, I'm going to get right into this. This is an email. It says, "Hey, Bill." That's not a great start. My name is Chris. Okay. Hey, Bill. Honest mistake, I guess. My name is Anthony. I should call him by his last name, but I'm not going to. Junior in high school. I'm not here asking about how to increase my upper range. I got that covered, he says. I've watched all of your videos, played most of them. I really love your recent one, Funk and Circumstance. Okay, he complimented me. I'll listen. He says, I can do many great things such as trilling, double tonguing, screaming, but I can't seem to have a clear, consistent control. Okay, he really thinks he's got it together, but he admits the one thing is that he doesn't have a control. He says, all I want is a nice warm tone and smooth tongue. So he needs a clear tone. To me, that's the difference between something like and. So for most people, myself included, that means you're not buzzing the same pitch that you're trying to play. So just try to buzz it. So I would say buzz the note and then play the note, and you'll see it match up a little bit better. Or you'll hear the exact same inconsistency in the buzz, and that just takes practicing the buzz. Dear Christopher Bill, me. My name is Pia. Piya. Piya. P-I-Y-A. Pia. I don't know. I'm 12 years old, and I'm beginning band in my school. Okay? We're all with Pia now? Pia? I love to watch your videos, and I just was wondering, what tips do you have for a young trombonist like me? All right, Pia. You should really be focusing on having fun playing, because I didn't really get to the point where I can be focusing on soloistic music until maybe my junior year at the conservatory. I mean, you're playing solos when you're in middle school a lot of the time, and that's crazy. I mean, sometimes necessary and good, but if he's 12 years old, then you're going to want to just have fun playing, and then anytime you get your trombone out, you're just going, yes, this is going to be a good time, rather than I have to go practice this concerto. Like, it's ridiculous. So have as much fun playing. You could play along with the radio, you could play along with my stuff if you could do. I mean, it's fun. That's all your job is to enjoy playing music. Joseph says, how many years did it take me to develop the tone and style? I would say I'm still developing. 21 years, or however long I've been playing trombone. 11 years. So yeah, I would say it's still developing completely. Getting better every day, and it's still not quite there. So it's a process for everybody. What kind of trombone do you prefer? Well, I've got 3, and they do everything I need. My favorite right now is the King 2B. The Bach 42G is pretty awesome too. So your question, small bore or large bore, it really depends. If you think you like playing commercial and jazz more, then small bore is the way to go. If you think you like playing classical and big open stuff like that, then the large bore. Ezra, what is the best mouthpiece for jazz playing? Well, that depends on who you are. I personally think it does not matter. And just to settle the score, on the bass trombone, I use a 1.5 G. My large bore, I use a Lasky 59D. And on my King 2B, I use a 7C. So that 7C is what I use for jazz, but it was the first one I tried, and I thought, this will work, and then I got it. Okay, this next person says, how do you coordinate your slide when double tonguing? This is a lesson I just learned from Marshall Jilks 2 weeks ago, I guess. And basically you slow down the phrase. So let's say it's a B flat scale. You're trying to double tongue it going up. And you just play one note every beat. and then you move the slide on the upbeats. So it kind of looks like this. It just gets you thinking when to move the slide, and when you're double tonguing, you don't have to think about it. So. I don't know. Danielle says, "What's the extent of your range?" Haha, my range. Well, let's say on one trombone, the Bach 42, you have to ask yourself, what do you consider a viable note? So I could play a pedal tone B flat, and I could play the F below that, and I could play the D below that, and the C below that, probably even the B flat. And at that point, why? So, C is a pretty good, I would say. So I'm going to go with C. Double pedal C is the low as far as viable notes go. And then C on top of treble clef would probably be my highest viable note. I'll just go up in octaves. One more. So, I don't know. I would say the 6 octaves of C, the double pedal, the regular pedal, the C at the bottom of bass clef, just above bass clef, an octave above that, and then above treble clef is what I can do. I can play higher and I can play lower, but at that point it's just, I mean, even at the top C, it's a novelty. But it's fun and cool to have. Everybody really gets down on themselves about their range. If you play every day, you're going to have a good range, and if you don't, you won't. I mean, and it's just an endurance thing at that point and figuring out what it feels like to play these notes. I play every day so I can do it, but yeah, it's definitely not something that's necessary. But if you're struggling with range, then just play more often, I would say. Okay, and speaking of range, Alex asks, is there any tips besides practice for reaching the high notes? Not really. I don't have any good way to do that. I gained my range over the course of 5 years. I remember in high school I was playing high Fs, and they were very inconsistent because I wasn't playing every day. Some days I would have it and some days I wouldn't, and the days I would have it, it wouldn't be for long, but it was fun and I really liked playing high, so I kept doing it. And then when I started to play every day, it just kind of locked in. So I'm sorry, I really don't have any cool tricks for range except to just play every day if you really want it that badly. And if you don't want it that badly, then don't kick yourself for not being able to do it. It's totally okay. Well, that's that. That's my question vlog, the very first. And hopefully it's not too much of a drag for you. You came downstairs, you ran down and look at your computer. What's the new song going to be this week? And it's just me answering questions, sitting here in front of a microphone for a few minutes. But know that there is something you can do about that. If you really want a new song every week, please donate on Patreon. If you've already donated, there aren't too many of you, but you're an awesome bunch. I don't want to plug that too much. I'm just saying we kind of have fun and we want you to join us. All right, I'm going to wrap up, but thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you have more questions that I didn't answer about loving, about life, email them to questions@classicaltrombone.com or post them on my Facebook page. I'll see you next week.